as a result of something that seemed really missing in my community. So, long story short, after Chief passed away in 2017, I found myself in a leadership immersion that really helped me move forward in taking more action in my life when it came to continuing the stuff that we had started, but also the stuff that I had started around supporting healers and leaders. I'd really been doing that since 2014. And the reason that I wanted to support healers in coming out and sharing their gifts more and supporting them was because I really struggled with that when I was young, because I found out I was a healer in 1993, and there weren't a lot of medicine people. There weren't medicine people around me that helped me really understand my psychic gifts and my spiritual gifts. And so it took many years to actually discover that. So if you're a healer who find yourself on the medicine woman or medicine man path, give me a heart emoji below so I can recognize you. I mean, I could see you and recognize you too, or see you, but just for fun, if you guys are watching this now or in the future now, let me know you're listening. Now, everyone is a healer. When I was younger, there was a big over-identification with it, and I don't think I'm better than the guy who picked up my recycling today, or that it's more important than the people that are, working at the co-op, or the friends that are still doing what I used to do, like massage work. So I want to name that. It's not like I'm a healer and you're not, or I'm your savior, I'm here to fix you. We work through all of that stuff, hopefully, in years gone by. It's more recognizing the truth of who I am and why I felt like I didn't always fit in, and finding my place now in my community and in my family, and how I can do what I'm here to do with my work, knowing who I am. And so the reason that I support a lot of healers is because not everybody grew up with teachers around them or family members that really understood the complexities that come with being a practitioner, an intuitive or spiritual practitioner. Now, enter those of us who stepped outside of mainstream religion and have found solace in either indigenous culture, Eastern philosophy, holistic healing, mind body work. And we start to understand some of the deeper mysteries, and if we're lucky, receive initiations that show us who we are and why we're here, and what life is really made of under this mask, under the surface. And so as I embarked on my career as a healer, finding out that's who I was, I started studying all the things. I went to herb school, became a doula, became a yoga teacher, a body worker, taught massage, studied Ayurveda, taught Ayurveda, and all the while doing my own inner work to continue to discover who I was as a teacher and as a healer. And so when I started, flash forward in 2018, training people in the methodology that I had been taking people through, because I found there were a lot of teachings that weren't quite available to the public that I had learned in healing school or through my initiations. And I wanted to make sure people knew how to work with the mind and body and connect their lower chakras and higher chakras, not through any kind of necessary dogmatic way. Like, of course, I learned yoga in the beginning, not necessarily in a way somebody tells you, but in a way that you can discover, in a process of discovery and practice that supports you to be in your own power. And because I understand the deep desire for sovereignty and freedom. And I've felt that most of my adult, as long as I can remember, I've been longing for something that I couldn't touch. And as I continue to learn, we learn from the spirits, from the guides, creator, and all these forms of unconditional love, light, wisdom, compassion, knowledge, and the gurus and the lineages, that we all have within us the power to experience the spark of the divine, and that the heart is the path. And that said, we still need each other. We need to uplift each other, support one another. And so as I started flashing forward now to train people in this methodology of integrating their personal identity and their spiritual identity, and I started certifying coaches in my methodology in 2018, I realized that there was a need for more leadership training because people weren't launching. They had all these ideas, they had knowledge, but they weren't able to step into presenting all this, sharing their medicine in a way that sustained them. So I sought on a mission to, well, I had sought earlier, like 20 years earlier, but it continued to refine my mission to support that that reciprocity, because I knew that, I didn't want to go back. So when I was in my 20s, I waited tables, I cleaned toilets at the yoga school, I did many, many hours of work trade. And as I grew, I wanted to challenge myself to do more and step more into new things and new ways of leadership. And so now here I am in my 50s, and I'm still committed to doing my Dharma and teaching healing, but I realize that a lot of people need leadership training. And this leadership training is the kind of thing that helps you go from just knowing stuff to really helping people in a way that is effective and that lands. Whether that transformation is health, spirituality, healing, manifesting, that if we don't have strong leadership skills, people are not going to be able to receive you in the depth of your intention. And there could be a suffering in that. It's like a longing to love, but yet nowhere and not sure where to and how to love and give in that way. I know you guys are pretty busy, so I don't want to keep you too long, but I want to explain the value and the power of leadership and why I found myself and why I'm now supporting other people in having kind of the essence of what I've been learning. So like I could take years and years and years of learning and compress it and offer a very succinct process and container to support you in feeling confident, clear, ready, and not alone or isolated. And so what's the opposite? Connected. So what we've been doing the last several years is gathering with healers. And I've noticed some people launch, some people fail to launch. And the difference is those who really learn and challenge themselves at the edge of growth in leadership seem to be able to have more success. And there's also a lot of things like karma, skills, personal energy, integrity, things like that. So in the leadership training that I'm offering, we're going to be getting into a bunch of things, and I'm going to explain it now. So I'm going to share the screen, and this is a little micro presentation. So this is Awaken Life School is my school, my online school that eventually will be grounded in Asheville, North Carolina. And it's to support people on the path of spiritual awakening to be able to live practical, fulfilling, soul fulfilling, passionate lives rooted in health and joy. And so this circle is actually one of the two programs that I offer. I offer the Yin program, Awakened. Doors open in the end of this year, and we start Awakened in January, and that's the Yin path of learning energetic embodiment and integration. And the leadership circle is the Yang path. And so the doors are actually open to sign up, and I'll put a link below. So this is the basically info page for the Awaken Life School Leadership Circle, also called Awaken Life Tribe. And if you go to this page, you can read about different things here on the page what the community is saying, testimonials about me. But I actually want to go back to, I want to find the document that I'm working on here. This circle is a 6-month container where you will get a chance to map out a plan to meet your goals. So you'll be able to plan life. We need to plan. Making plans is important. You know, it's good to pray, it's good to dream, and then it's important to act. We will have monthly manifesting coaching where I'm personally coaching the group, and you will get time with me to look at how to shift your mindset and also take direct action towards what you're creating. We will have weekly calls on the archetypes of awakened leadership. We'll be starting with the visionary in the fall and going into the oracle in October, and getting into the peacemaker and working with several other archetypes in the new year. There are speaker trainings for online speaking and in-person training. So supporting you to find your voice and prepare yourself to step out and be heard and seen. And we also have monthly kind of mastermind sessions with Taylor Wilson, who's one of the coaches at Awaken Life School. And in those calls, you get to bring any projects that you're working on and get group support. And it's a whole group conversation of mutual upliftment around projects, which I'm super excited about. And in addition to these weekly sessions, so week 1 of every month, they're the archetypes, week 2, the speaker trainings, week 3, the hive mind, week 4, manifesting coaching. That's Wednesdays at 2 EST. Okay. And in addition to all those, you also get replays, worksheets, weekly co-working with Lacey Watson, who's an incredible wisdom keeper and new team member for the school. And so she'll be leading co-working on Tuesdays. There's a community group chat, and also you get access to yoga on Fridays with Jen Giovanni, Shakti Ma. Those of you who know her from the old school Santa Cruz days. Shakti Gaia, she is our yoga teacher. Couple of things of what they say. This is Carol Beaver. She was the first person to become a coach in my methodology. Carol says, I now have freedom in my life in ways I never could have imagined. I've been working with Narayani for several months. My life is completely transformed. It absolutely did transform. This is my soul sister, Maria Stark, who was with me in 2016 when we ran the Courageous Project, and she helped me develop the kids program for Awakened. Narayani is a skillful facilitator. I love taking workshops with her. I always feel transported and transformed by the work and the wisdom she channels. Through her counsel, I've moved significantly into more empowered and embodied experience. And I have many more testimonials, but I don't feel comfortable sharing them, so just giving you the basics. Details. So this training involves weekly live community support sessions as outlined above. You have a Q&A mastermind as included in those weekly calls. You get replays if you can't make it. We will have guest teachers coming on in coming months that are handpicked by me. You will have an access to a full library of business building teachings and weekly live group movement and meditation. If you guys are interested to sign up, I would suggest signing up in the next 24 hours so that you can get full access to the Women's Abundance Mastermind Library that I created last year. And that has 61 trainings in there. So it's very rich and it's very full. So the investment for being in the circle is $333 a month. If you guys want to connect with me personally, then reach out. But I can tell you that the community that does this work is so loving and supportive and nurturing and compassionate and authentic. And the leadership work is a way to really start to up level your life, because we work with how you're being as well as what you're doing, so that you can be in integrity with your yin energy and the yang energy, with what you're seeing, with what you're thinking, with what you're feeling, with what you're knowing. A lot of times there's a disconnect. You should be doing something, you want to be doing something else, you know it's the right thing to do, but you can't really get yourself to do it. That's when having accountability and support with people who can see you and get you helps you go to the next level. Next level meaning the next expression of your soul's path. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. It's an honor and blessing to do this work, and I can't wait to see many of you in Leadership Circle.